all day to see King of the Crystal Skull with Avila because it was like she's like, I want to go see this. So we like waited all day and then saw it. We're
How
like,
did you
this
like
was
that movie?
absolutely garbage. I kicked a trash can. You know how there's like those trash cans that are like bolted into the ground there? I knew it was gonna move, but I was just so angry. I just did like a side kick on it. And I was mad because the next day I had to go see Indiana Jones again with my family.
I
Effect,
guess I should
effect,
wait a second.
effect. Today's episode of JARdon the Mess is brought to you by Dynamic Fitness Supply. We've got treadmills.
And
And
We've got dumbbells.
and
We've got lots more. You can find us in Santa Rosa on 4th Street. That's 1414 4th Street, Suite 102, Santa Rosa, California, 95404-707-536-9077. Mention JARdon the Mess, Black Friday all month, floor model sale. Let's go.
bow, 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 bow. It's your Black Friday sale.
I swear, I would probably die if somebody walked in. It was like, yeah, dude, I listened to podcasts and heard that. I would probably like my jaw would drop, and I'd be more
Double the discount.
Yeah, but you listen.
Jay.
So
I'm gonna have Jay go in there. I'm gonna arrange it. Hey Jay, go into the shop, ask for like a dumbbell, and then say JARdon the Mess sent you. Would it still count? Is it still?
you need a discount. You can afford it.
How's it going?
Lots to discuss,
yep.
to go over. But Dalton, you had a topic.
Yeah, I have a topic. Overly aggressive salesman. So my mom loves X-Finity for whatever reason, doesn't want to dump it. Her bill started being like 360 from 320. She's like, that's way too much. Well, yeah, it is.
Yes.
But anyways, we go into X-Finity. She was paying for phone, like not cell phone, but like home phone and this home protection thing.
Oh God.
And so she's paying hella money for that. So anyways, we go in, we get this dude who, I don't want to be rude, but just right at the back, I didn't like him. He just had that
slow mind.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying sales stuff. Don't mind me.
He just had that what's the word I'm saying? He just seemed like that salesman, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He had that vibe. So anyways, we're explaining the situation. We're like, this is what we were paying for. This is what we want. Like, we just want to keep the TV and the internet, and that's it. And he's like looking at the bill. Well, first he's trying to plug it into my address. So I'm like, 587, blah, 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 blah. And he put it in as one word. I'm like, it's 2 words. And then he had it in Drive. I'm like, it's circle. And then he's like, it's not coming up as circle. And I'm like, you still have it as one word. And he's all, well, that's what it's coming up as. I'm like, whatever, dude. Whatever. So finally gets it up.
Wow.
Bring a bill.
So he's looking at it. He's like, I can punch the numbers in, but from the looks of it, this is the best deal that you're going to get. You've been a customer since 2018. No one else has this deal. And then he starts going on about inflation and how, that's risen everything. I'm like, what does inflation have to do with internet and TV? But anyway, he's going on about that. He's very adamant that we wouldn't be able to find a better deal. And that we should keep the home phone and the home protection. And we're like, we don't want it. We just want to take it off and see
what does home protection get you? What is it?
So it's like, it's an alarm system pretty much. So they have little boxes you put on your window, like next to your windows and your someone
you guys
comes in,
actually
it'll
have
go
that
off.
set up, or you've just been paying for that and not had it set up?
The thing is, we didn't realize like we thought we canceled it over a year ago. We brought the box thing in, so we don't even have it, and then comes out we're still paying for it.
Yep.
So, anyways, we're like, we want to cancel all that. And then he goes, well, let me tell you, if you go with Xfinity cell phone, whatever, that could also help your bill. And I'm like, they don't want that. They already have a phone. And he goes,
Yep.
well, let's just say it's a maybe. And he starts going on. He's like, it's $30 for the first line, $30 for the second line, and then $30 for another line for
So
the
it's
first
$30.
90 days. Yeah, so it's $90. Got it. They're paying that already. Move on. And
Just
then
the way that you would phrase that is so stupid. Well, it's $30 for the first line, and then it's $30 for the second line, and it's $30 for any line after that. So it's $30. It's $30 per line.
But then I think he said after 90 days, it goes up another $30 or something.
Jesus.
So we're like, we don't want that. He's like, well, let's just say it's a maybe. Just have it as a maybe in your back of your mind. I'm like, you're a maybe in the back of my mind. Let's keep going.
Wow.
And then, so yeah, he's going through all the stuff. He's like he's telling us all the stuff we can do to save money. He's like, if you go to paperless and you have to have automatic payments on the same time, you save $10. Like, cool, we know this. What else? He's like, we have 1,200 megabytes download speed or whatever, unlimited data. He's all, do you need this 1,200 with unlimited? I'm all, yes, we do. And I didn't explain myself. I was like, yes, we do. He's like, okay. And
like
then Sarah,
megabyte speed download, like 1,200,
like a gig and yeah.
Like a gig. Because I'm like, dude,
I think that adds up to a gig or something. I don't know. It's their highest one.
That's really fast because I think I'm only running like 120 megs or something.
Well, the thing is, our router still only gets us like 800 or so.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can get the unlimited. Fast. Yeah. But anyways, so he just kind of like, and then Sarah's like, well, we work from home and there's 5 people here, so we use a lot of data. He goes, you want me to review it? I'm like, no, we need it. And he's like, okay. So he's doing stuff for like a minute or two, and he goes, huh, okay, looks like you do need it. I'm like, I told you.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about here. I checked out the bill and all this stuff. So
when it checks anyways, out, no, checks it anyways. What a douche.
Yeah. Like 4 or 5 months ago, we kept going over every month, so we added $10 to do this unlimited thing, and
sure,
because we kept having to pay every time you go up X amount of data.
Yep.
So, anyways, he's like, well, I don't, at the beginning, he's like, I don't think I can get you anything better than you're already getting now. So, long story short, even though I've already went long, he comes back, he does the numbers, he's like, all right, well, I was able to get your bill down to $297. And I'm like, sweet. So the less than what we were paying before. I'm like, we still have the TV and the internet and everything, just not this. He's all, yeah, you do. I'm like, great, sign us up. But I'm just like, I don't mind like people, obviously salesmen's got to sell. But when you're being a bit contradicting and overzealous, acting like people don't know what they're talking about, it gets very frustrating. Because there was one point I was ready to dip.
Bert, you want to say anything? Because I can open it. Like I can expound on this because I think it's hilarious. I mean, obviously not for Dalton at that moment, but hearing about it's hilarious.
No, I say take
from
point
a
on
sales
this.
perspective.
Yeah. Give us some insight.
So, what I'm gonna say is your fault for having Xfinity.
Well, we're trying we told my mom the options, and we were kind of.
I have a question. Do you need the house phone?
No, we got rid of the phone. So now all we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My thing is, my mom loves her shows, and she's older. So if we did do like Hulu Live and she did all the stuff she wants, it probably wouldn't save her much because we'd still need the internet, and that's $100 and something bucks. So
I think I might just before I go into the whole shows, but I think when I canceled, I was going back and forth between DirecTV and Dish, and they were like the same thing. I never did Xfinity because it was just expensive. And then I think, dude, I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I kept it is because the remote, the TV remote. I'm like, fuck,
well, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys get this. Like, my mom's old. She's set on what she knows,
dude. My mom
and she doesn't want to change.
Dude, I get it.
So,
you know how much I tried to get them to fucking just use like how about this? At least your mom's using Netflix and Hulu. I was die hard trying to explain Netflix to my mother. Like,
yeah,
I just gave up. I'm like, dude, you realize? Like, no, but I got. I'm like, do you real like? No, I got my. I got Hawaii 5-0. I'm like, yeah, from like 1970. I bought that shit for you. I mean, no, I get it, bro. I get it. Our parents are the same age.
Trying to teach her a whole new interface and like how to do whatever, you know, it's just easier this way.
Yeah. So, just from a salesperson's perspective, if you're coming in talking about your bill, one, I think it's a challenge for me to get it lower. That's it. I'm not trying to fight you on it.
Well, also, and the
thing was situation from the get-go.
Real quick, the thing is, we weren't even like we want it super low. We were just like, we want to remove this because our bill went up and we want it back to where we got it.
Yeah,
or where we had it.
From my view, if I was your customer or you were my customer and I was in that position, it's a fucking slow day. Most people aren't coming in here buying. Like, I know they're probably trying to push the Xfinity cell phone hard.
Oh yeah,
because
he was pushing
it's like one of the worst cell phone services you can get. Yeah. I know that for a fact.
He was like, "How many bars do you have in here?" 1. I have 5.
Yeah, of course you got 5. There's a fucking you got a.
I'm like, you're also probably on internet, so that's pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah. So it's like, I get why you got to try at least, but I look at it as like it's a loser situation anyway. So might as well just get you in, get you out, tell it how it is. Like literally just like, dude, look, I'm gonna see what I can do. Let me just go over this.
Yep.
Because it's now I don't know what their structure's like. I don't know any of that. But it's like I do recall when I was at AT&T Cellular World, I got a call from one of the presidents or like the president lady or whoever was running operations, like, Randy, like, stop saving people money on their bill. I'm like, why? Like, because I'm good at it? Like, what? Like, I don't get it.
Because I'm doing a customer service.
That's exactly. So that's what it is. So, some like, I can see all wrong with that guy. I gotta ask, was the guy wearing like khakis and like a crinkly button down?
I think he was like a manager or something. He had a tie with a black shirt and nice pants.
Was he wearing like Axe body spray? Like,
I didn't smell any spray, luckily.
I see those memes. No, I mean, bro, it's a losing experience. If that guy was trying to show something or trying to take it as a challenge and get a sale, like, it's just not the right way. Because at the end of the day, you could have done everything over the phone.
Well, that's my thing. Like, I was about, because my mom has luck whenever she calls, they'll always give her like a contractual discount or whatever. They'll be like, all right, well, if you sign a year contract,
how much can we get this down to?
Yeah. So I was about to be like, all right, dude, I'm done with you. Bye.
Yeah, I'm just there's not like I said, the only thing I can really dissect about it, I mean, I could go in more depth, but it's a losing situation. So give it your good college try, and then after that, just fucking, all right, dude, here, I got your bill down $40 or $50.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I understand. Like, he's a salesman. I don't know if they go off a commission or whatever, but
I'm sure.
At the same time, whenever I tell him this is what we're looking for, we don't want anything else. Can you help us?
Yep.
And he still goes on about, well, this is the best deal you're gonna get. Inflation, yada yada yada.
Inflation doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, I'm not buying tomatoes here.
Inflation, like I'm not buying groceries right now.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I didn't know it cost money to import internet over here.
Well, and there's just a certain level where it's like, asking you a question and then you being like, nope, here's the answer, and then just doing the thing anyways. It's like,
Right. That's what got me about the whole data thing you're talking about.
yeah,
I was like, no, we need that and we want it.
no, it looks like you do.
And
need
he's
that.
like, well, yeah, and he reviewed it anyways.
Well, I
I'm
mean, I
like,
will say this: that is a
cool.
one way to like lower the bill.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I
100%.
even
That's like a way to lower the bill, kind of like maybe by a chunk if you can just manage.
when I even thought about it, I was like, we don't really need that speed, but I think having that level is the only way we can get unlimited.
But you play Flight Simulator, you need that.
Well, I mean, it's not so much that. It's just people watching TV, you know.
Well, yeah, I guess
We work from home a lot.
When
We're working a lot.
When my brother lived here, and I think I still had TV, and I never had the best internet until, for whatever reason, he moved out. But my brother and Baldemar would literally just be in this room on fucking iPads the whole time, streaming anime or whatever the fuck they're streaming. And I would just know that I'd be sitting there playing Halo. And I'm like, dude, what is going on? I'd have to like turn off everything just to get like a good, like, I knew that there were certain times that Halo was better because they were like asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do 100% get that. But yeah. I'm pleased with my internet speed. I mean, Bert, what are you running?
Yeah, it's hit or miss.
What do you have now? Do you have Xfinity out there?
No, I have
Also, it's like, are you
Cox.
running fiber or are you still running like fucking coax, you know?
Do you have Cox?
No, I think it's Comcast.
Well, it should be in Xfinity.
No, it's Spectrum. It's Spectrum.
That okay.
Basically Comcast.
Yeah.
Probably just a subsidiary of
Correct.
Comcast that's over there.
Yeah. There was a point where it was going out every day, at least. I mean, I would be without internet for like days.
That is crazy.
Because they had all
my internet's never gone out. It's kind of gotten slow, but it's never gone out.
Yeah. Well, because then all
this
these
is when it goes out when you're working.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, because they're I mean, I don't know. I never. How about this? The only time I did notice it kind of like slow down a little bit, just a tad, is when Tanya was playing Diablo up here, and I'd playing PUBG or Diablo downstairs. That was the only time I noticed it. I'm like, huh. And I think I did say, I'm like, did you close everything? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
But since Diablo crashed and burned extremely fast, it's like, okay. Bert, you look tired.
I am tired, man. I don't know why. I've been like clean. I should have taken a nap. I spent the last 2 days just doing like a lot of cleaning. So there's just a lot of dust and stuff. Like I walked outside, I was like, God, it looks like I fucking did like a mad rip on a bong because my eyes were so red.
I was about to say, have you been smoking it up, Bert?
Yeah. I think it's just like the allergy dust. So I'm just like,
the dust will definitely do it.
Wiped. But yeah, doing good. Just busy. I organized all my stuff finally, so now like every single, for the most part, almost all my Warhammer stuff's finally like out and organized, which means that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to like look at everything.
That's good.
Did you have lots of stuff to paint?
I got a ton of stuff to paint, but I'm just making my way through building. It comes in phases. I think Dalton and I
downtown.
Talked about this, which is like paint. You're like, oh man, I love painting. You'll paint, and then you're like, okay, I'm done with this. And then like you'll get into building, and you're like, oh man, I love building. And then you're like, oh, all right, I'm gonna take a break. And so I'm just in build mode right now, which is cool. But yeah, I'm just like tired. I don't know why. I took my dog for a bunch of walks. I don't know if it's just the wind and the allergies, but. Build my little dudes, build my little guys, little plastic dudes, man.
You're ready for some kill team when you come down?
Yeah. I think I'm trying to get my kill team ready for just. Oh, did I lose you guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Randy, say something. I don't hear him.
No,
I think he's messing with us. Zinga.
Wow.
So, uh, so Tuesday I got this police technician interview in person, and then the following day I had the sheriff's department interview in person. So that's gonna be it's gonna be exciting.
Nice.
Trying to prepare for that.
What does that mean?
It means I'm in like the fourth stage.
That's crazy.
Did you already do background checks and stuff?
It's after. I want to make sure I don't know, make sure, but they're gonna.
I want to make sure they
series of
hire you before they
questions.
start spending all those resources.
Yeah. I mean, like the way Tanya's putting it is like, look, they've already looked into your background to an extent just by giving your driver's license.
Yeah.
Like, so she's like, they've already put resources into you already at this point. I was like, okay, that's true. So I was talking to a lot of the RPPD guys at my gym. They're giving me like advice. Guys send me like little question things like, hey, you know, like, well, it's just basically trying to prepare for the interview, but they're gonna add like 3 series of questions they will ask 100%. What's one of your most stressful moments and how'd you handle it? How do you deal with diverse ethnic backgrounds? Easy. Yeah, and then why do you want to be a policeman? And then yeah, and I thought about it, I'm like, I think that one's the stressful one. I was telling Tanya, I'm like, it really depends on like the circumstances of stress. Like, is it, and one of the guys actually kind of answered, he's like, they might ask you a moment where you put yourself into a stressful position and how'd you get out of it yourself. I was like, oh, that's a very good one because I've done that multiple times.
Yeah.
And because Tanya was like, oh, you don't handle, I'm like, no, it's not that I don't handle it, it's just depends on the context of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and then what are the ramifications and all this blah blah blah. But the why do you want to be a police officer one? That's an
interesting one.
That's a very interesting one, and I'm not gonna say it on here, just just for the sake of it. But
yeah,
one of the guys gave me some really good advice. He was like, "Dude, it's like this. Not like saying like this is the answer, because there is no fucking answer, like right or wrong answer, or there's gonna be answers that are better than others.
Sure, yeah.
But what he was telling me, I was like, yeah, okay. So it kind of just like made me think about things. But the biggest one that no matter what, every guy is keep telling me, disclose everything.
Yep.
Disclose everything. And because even if it's not on the PHS, personal history statement, it's like, disclose it. I'm like, what about the roommates after like 10 years? Besides, you could download the same form and look at what I filled out, by the way. He's like, if you can't remember the name, put it in there anyway. Like, you don't know their last name, where they live, put it in there, because if they ever find out and you didn't disclose it, that's where issues come in. I'm like, so get this. I go and get my driving history from the DMV like 3 weeks or a month ago.
Yep.
I walk in there, do the kiosk thing. Way easier, by the way. So easy. I've only got one thing on the past 20 years of my driving history, which was in retrospect good, but then also like, wait, what a sec. Wait, scratch my head. Because it's got 2 DUIs. So right now only 1 DUI shows up. So the other one fell off. But I already have both DUIs in there. But then I'm like, hey, what about my speeding tickets? He's like, even if you don't know like the month, the day, whatever, say like I got a ticket this year, and this year I don't remember. I got a ticket here because I've done driving school for all of them, so they don't count towards your record.
Sure.
So he's like, put that shit in there. So I was like, it's just these little things that I keep thinking of, or they keep telling me. It's definitely helping me get prepared. But man, I'll tell you, like, it's just,
it's interesting.
The psyche that's that I've been going through, the mentality portion is just very trying to do everything by the book.
Yeah.
Like right now, like even riding my motorcycle, I'm like, man,
that's really funny.
Like even like, oh man, I just kind of got it on the car a little bit. I don't know, because anything could just be like, yeah, you set back,
right.
But filling out the personal history statement form, I'll tell you, dude, it really makes you remember shit that you forgot about.
Sure.
years ago. Doesn't even matter if it was good or bad. It's just like I'm like, holy crap, I remember that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got that next week, and then yeah, go from there.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Moving on up.
yeah. Just very keeping it like it's weird. I don't want to take everything. I'm taking it with a grain of salt because
Sure.
I'm not. Yeah, who knows? My background could be like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, like all right, we're actually gonna do the actual background portion. What are you disclosing? Fuck you. Because you have to be
But at the
honest.
same
about
time,
everything.
I'm sure there have been plenty of other people who have had,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
more questionable backgrounds that still.
Yeah.
Yep,
The when one of the guys told me, he's like, "Look, dude." When he's telling me this close, I'm like, "Look, they want you more than you want them."
Mm,
And I was like, "Trust me, like they want you a lot more, so they just want to make sure." Because I guess like
Some crazy lunatic.
yeah, and also I'm just not sure how many people are actually up for the task or actually qualify, can go
Sure.
the distance.
yep.
Yeah. Anyway, from that, got a topic, got something, anything.
We've been pretty quiet on topics. I've been working too much.
Yeah.
I'm finally done with overtime. I haven't picked up any shifts from here on out.
Oh,
Good.
man. Just look, well, if it's not as like crazy overtime, just look at your paycheck. From
Oh,
one
yeah,
check
I
to
mean-
another. It's like if like dude, it's only $200 difference, like it's not worth it.
It's been more.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. If it's like only a $200 difference.
Yeah.
But if you're not seeing like this crazy difference anymore, the whole thing is you don't want to become reliant on overtime. Then
Yeah.
you're just like
That's the thing.
I'm like, oh, I always have to work. Like I always had to work 6 days at like all my sales jobs. Like didn't matter. You work 6 days. I'm like, well, fuck. And I thought I was relying on it, and then you don't work it. I'm like, oh, it's only $160.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, it's
Yeah.
nice because we always have overtime available. So if like there's something I want to buy that's a bit expensive, I'll be like, cool, I'll just pick up 2 or 3 shifts.
Yeah.
Chilling.
I've never been like that. I've never like. It's odd that. How about this? When's the last time you guys saved up to buy something? Like I just haven't.
It's been a while.
It's like, yeah, if I want, I'm just gonna go put it on the card.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll just pay this off when I need to. It's a 0% card, screw it.
Yeah.
0 balance transfer fees.
Huh.
So what's up with the
Charge
Panderverse?
Dude, it's so funny.
The what?
So there's a South Park came out this episode
Oh.
where they
South
made fun of
Park.
the Panderverse because they're pandering to everybody's needs or cultural wokeness. And they're using Disney as this catalyst, obviously, because they're like the biggest one. But basically, everything that Disney's been producing in the like last 2 years has been like just failing, like hard, because it's nothing against females, but it's a gay female, it's a gay female, it's a gay female leading the way, or it has to be a culturally or diverse female lead and everything. And it's great. It's fucking spot on. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
It's really I've watched it like 4 times.
But it's just hitting on all those notes where it's just not enjoyable. Like not anything Marvel or Disney puts out is just isn't that great.
Yeah.
Like they basically now I will say this what they used some guys I watched like a thing on it today on YouTube. Like I did watch The Little Mermaid. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than it was. I'm like, yeah. I
The live action one.
Yeah, forgot all about
Yeah.
this stuff. Cool. Wasn't that bad. But the way they're butchering or the lead actress they got for like Snow White is just terrible. Like right off the bat, you're like, oh my god, how is this? Like, how is this working?
I don't think I've seen. Like, is there trailers are out for it or anything?
No,
I haven't seen
just
any
go
in.
listen to her pressers, bro. They're horrible.
Okay.
Like just they're basically Kathleen Kennedy. He's like butchering the whole entire like original story in favor of wokeness or whatever. And hey, Bert, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just went through like the PC episodes.
Yeah, PC
and
principal.
and Tanya was like, PC is politically correct, and they finally said at the end, I was like, what? It's like, yeah, that's just wokeness just replaced PC. That's all it
Yep.
was.
Yep.
And I was like, no way.
Yep.
That's totally PC, bro.
I'm trying to remember. I'm not there. I'm going through the entire
It's
show
so
again.
funny. It's
So
so good.
I haven't got to that point, but it's like it's
Are you
the
going from
whole
like
thing.
season 1?
Yeah, I started at season 1. I'm like halfway through, maybe
Yeah, PC
Nice.
PC stuff is season 19.
19. Okay, so I got I got a little bit more to go, but it's just I
Yeah, I
remember
didn't
him
realize
being
that
like,
South Park did like 6 or 8 episodes a season.
yeah, they really trimmed it down now.
Yeah, because that's why I'm like, man, I started on 12 and I jumped really fast. I was like, what? But then some have like 10 or 12 episodes a season. So, well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
were you gonna say?
Better than like 22. Sometimes it's nice, but then it's not
I will say
nice.
some episodes in like season like 12 and 13, 14, they were just not great. I'm like, is this like a filler episode? I don't know.
It's a lot of
I didn't-
filler
I
episodes.
didn't laugh as hard as I thought, but I laugh a lot more when I watch
Yeah.
it.
I'm going
Love
through
Randy-
and I'm just
love
like
Randy
cracking up.
Marsh.
Yeah, it's just solid. But no, the with the PC principal, right? I'm trying to remember the intro episodes because before he becomes the principal, he's just at the frat house, right? And there's just like,
I'm not sure because I didn't. Well, he just showed up. Like, so he shows up, and then but he still lives at the frat house.
yeah.
So he's like this fresh out of college guy.
Yeah.
He's like
With
the
his
guy
Oakley,
that-
yeah. Here's your Oakleys, right?
yeah, Randy Marsh.
It's crush
That's so
puss.
good.
Yeah.
But they were going over the whole gentrification thing and the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm like, dude, this is basically Marin County.
Yep.
Like Marin right there. Oh, they're so spot on with like it's very, very good.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like Asians decide who's gay. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's the Japanese. The Japanese decide who's gay. Here's $100.
I'm a little bit farther back, and so they just did the episode where it's like all the Japanese are killing all the whales and dolphins, and they're trying to stop them, and they're like, why are you killing all these whales and dolphins? And it's just the whole episode they're just like murdering them like with spears and shit. And then there's just like, oh yeah, during World War II, they take him to like the Hiroshima bombing site, and he goes, it's just like massive destruction. And it was the Americans who gave us this image of who would cause it, and it's like a dolphin and a whale, like in the airplane that like bombed them. And then they convinced them like, oh no, that was just doctored. Here's like the real thing. And then they start murdering like just like slaughtering chickens and cows. And just Randy's just like, good job, son. Now they're normal, and they're just like murdering the animals, but it's just like, oh, these are the animals that we all murder all the time too, so it's not a big deal. There's so many good points. I don't know. There's just South Park as an overall, it's just such a joy.
It's very joyful.
I feel like they don't give a fuck and they just put anything they want out.
Yeah,
Which is why it's so good. Right?
Because they just won't conform. That's the whole thing. Like, oh, hate mail, whatever. Like, as long as you're gonna keep like putting our stuff out. Oh, it's straight to streaming service. Cool. We can swear. I will say this: watching it now and hearing all this swearing versus like the censor when you see it on like Comedy Central or something, totally different. I'm like, holy shit! It's just like the norm.
Yeah.
I know, Rando, you watch Solar Opposites, right?
Yeah, I don't think I watched like all of the third season or fourth season. But yeah.
Well, the new season where the dude from Rick and Morty isn't on there anymore. They got some British guy to do it, and it works. I was a little worried that it would be kind of lame, but
that's right, because the charges got dropped against him.
Yeah,
but who knows if the damage is already done?
Yeah,
right. Yeah, so they don't have him voicing.
That's an interesting one.
What's his face? But they have this British dude who it's pretty funny and it works. I was a little worried that it was going to be lame, but
dude, I always
no,
forgot
it's
like
funny.
the two alien guys were gay. Like
Yeah,
Like the whole time, like I always forgot that they were like in some weird relationship.
it's like some weird family thing.
Yeah.
But the way they switch his voice is funny because he was coming in from the kitchen, and his boyfriend or whatever, dude, I can't think of the names, was playing darts, and he throws a dart at the board, and it hits the guy in the throat, and so they heard me get this like voice, or this like throat voice changing ray gun, and they shoot him with it.
That's
And
great.
he starts talking British.
Damn,
It's amazing.
I might have to check that
It was
out.
funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny show.
Dude, so no, I know you guys don't watch Bob's Burgers, but the
I
guy
watch
What?
who
Bob's.
I watch Pop's Burger.
oh, you
We're
do?
waiting
Alright,
for
so
the
you
waiting
know
for the new
Jimmy
season
Pesto?
to. Mhm.
Yeah, no, new season started.
Yeah, we're waiting for it all to come out, and then we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, it is kind of rough waiting a week. It's a lot different, I'll tell you that. It's
Is it
like
good or
not-
bad?
Like not as funny,
Mm.
but more serious. You know,
Really?
Like I would say they're touching on different. There's more to the what's the word I'm looking for? Here's the message.
Mm.
Not like it's like wokeness or any of the shit, but it's like a little more heartfelt, I guess, than
Sure.
some of this stuff. But you know, Jimmy Pesto, the guy who did Jimmy Pesto's voice, that fucker got arrested for like January 6th.
Yeah.
And then so this was like the first like the last episode I watched was the first episode back with the new Jimmy Pesto voice.
Uh-huh.
You could tell it's not him. It's not as high pitched. And I was just really curious. Like, I mean, it's okay. Like the guy who does the voice, it was okay.
Sure.
But I really thought they were just gonna like just not do Jimmy Pesto anymore, and then just kind of go to his kid, Jimmy Jr.
Yeah.
Focus on Jimmy Jr. and his list.
Yeah.
Just want to dance, Dad.
I just want to dance, Dad. Oh damn! I don't want to say. Okay, maybe the last one was a lot better.
You know, it's dub and finishes the Orville.
Yeah, I thought about this. Bert, what did you think of like the last season of Orville?
What happens in the last season? Because there's
Like-
3 seasons.
I
Or there's
Yeah.
4.
So the I don't want to say Klingon, but whatever.
It was like the Borg dude guy. Oh yeah.
whatever dudes.
Yes. The Klingon guys like leave, right?
Yeah, the Klingon. God, they're not Klingons though.
I don't know.
I think they start with a K though.
Yeah.
But they
Kalons?
were
Kalon?
Yeah,
No.
the Kalon. Yeah, they were like
Kalons.
running the show, but I guess like some of them were like God, I can barely remember because it looked that great.
It's because they're like a, or they try to be like a mono gender species, right?
Yeah.
And there's like that enclave of like women folk, and then they were like, hey, we need to like protect them, and like and they like broke that treaty. And so because of that,
Yeah,
they're
like
like,
Brutus's culture.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
all right, whatever, we're leaving the, not the Federation, the Union. Yeah, is that how it ends? Overall, sorry, go ahead.
No, like I was gonna say, like, it was different. I didn't like that Seth MacFarlane forced his girlfriend to be like a main character. I'm like, dude, your character is not that great.
Which one?
The fucking blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. That was just a pilot all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, that's what's funny is, you know, the security person who was before, but then
Yeah.
she left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That girl.
Yeah, he was dating her too. And so I think they started dating on the show or maybe afterwards, and then there's a certain point where I was like, oh, you just like wrote her character off, so she's like not here anymore.
Dude, I'm telling-
And
her
Everyone's
character wasn't-
expendable.
Her character wasn't bad, but also
No, I liked her character.
But then they had to get like the like the more aggressive version of her. That's funny. Yeah. We're not going out anymore. I'm just gonna write your ass off.
Yeah. Well, and it's like
You're
it's
dead
like
to me.
They like brought her back for the end of season 2 for like the
I know.
finale for like the big wedding or whatever, the party. And they like make a note. Not only I was like, oh, that's cool. No, sorry. A couple things. I'm getting them all confused. But they brought her back at some point for like that, like when they do that alternate reality where they go in the future and like the Kalons had actually won, the robot people or whatever.
Yeah.
And so she shows up for like a brief minute as the resistance. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad to see that she came back. And then like she comes back again later for like the wedding or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, well, I'm glad that they're at least like giving this to the fans where they're like bringing her back. And, you know, because I actually really liked her character. And they go to the level of, dude, I was just like, fuck, man, like you guys are just really sticking it to this poor actress. We were like, they in universe, they go, we know you can only leave your planet like a couple days every like year or so. So we really appreciate you like spending one of them here. I was like, wow, not only were you just saying, hey, you're off doing other things, you literally are like, you can't leave your planet. And it's like, dude, what the
even
fuck?
better. It's even better now that I know this. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean because the other girl's like pilot character was
this is the one that was like racist, right?
Yeah, she was like on like she was racist and on her vendetta for her lesbian girlfriend. And
yeah.
At the end of it, I'm like, it was so wild to me how she sacrificed herself. It's like, this is for you, Kate. I'm like, what? Like you're like there was no real buildup or anything. You just thrusted her in here.
Yeah.
And now she's going on missions all of a sudden.
Yep.
It wasn't that great. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, for the sake of it, I like the other characters. I do like.
Have you been watching Below Deck or not Below Deck? Lower Decks?
Oh, isn't that the Star Trek thing? I have
the
not.
Star Trek animated show, dude. It's really funny. It's really good.
That's what I've heard.
Lower Decks,
like 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah, is it Lower Decks?
Yeah,
it's really good. They like hit.
Check that out.
If you like if you like Star Trek enough, it hits like all the things that you're like, wouldn't this happen, or like shouldn't this be like these things? And it's just like what does the night crew do on the starships when like all the main people are doing their things, or like there's fun shenanigans they get into. It's actually really good. It's really, really good. But I only hit it when I signed up for Paramount Plus. So like before it was, oh, I signed up for Halo, and then I like was watching that train wreck. No, the very first season it was like, oh, the Super Bowl was on whatever it was. So I signed up for Paramount Plus. I'm like, well, I have it for a month, and I watched that show. I was like, this is great. And then it was like something else. Oh, Halo. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get. So I keep finding it, keep going back to Paramount Plus for like a couple months to watch something, and then I get caught up on Lower Decks. But Halo was a train wreck. But this last time it was because of the Pandaverse thing. I was like, oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, I'll watch this. And yeah, it's really good. There's some.
Are
you good?
No, go ahead.
No,
you go ahead.
Nah, you good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what surprisingly was good was Top Gun Maverick that I watched the other day.
Interesting.
Finally
I
watched
heard
it.
good things.
Yeah,
Finally watched it. I thought that movie was great.
it was really good. I was afraid like everything
theaters.
it was gonna be overdone, but it wasn't.
I heard it's Star Wars.
You heard it's Star Wars?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'll send this video to you guys afterwards.
Okay.
Top
I'm curious.
Gun Star. So then
I feel bad for Val Kilmer though, because he has throat cancer.
Yeah. Top War
And he was in
Gun Star.
He was in the movie, and he had throat cancer in the movie, and he dies.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
that's kind of a trip that you have to act that out.
Right. But I mean, I think they wanted him in it, but I think what I heard is he didn't want to be in it because of his whole stuff going on. He's got that like throat thing.
He looked like he is like definitely like bloated.
Yeah.
But I mean, they played it out pretty good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the movie. It was more of like, I would say it's Tom Cruise like being the lead actor, but also his character is more of like not the lead actor.
Yeah,
like, he like took the back seat to like things, and it was like, okay, he can do this. Now, of course, there's always gonna be like some running scene with Tom Cruise,
right?
But I think overall it was good.
It was weird that like his in the movie, Mitchell, whatever, like the entire military hated him. I'm like, they came off pretty strong on that whole role.
Yeah. I don't know.
And like no real context other than him being
He doesn't want
reckless
to
and
get promoted, and he just wants to keep doing his thing. Yeah, that's right. Fucking like Ed Harris had to make his way into the movie. like, is there like any type of military movie without Ed Harris, some admiral, general position?
Right. I mean, he looks the part at least.
He definitely looks the fucking part. Yeah. He'll always be the bad guy from The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah, but the movie is good.
Or National Treasure.
National Treasure.
Was it National Treasure?
3? Number 1's Sean Bean.
Yeah, he was in 2 then.
He's not John. We're not talking about John Voight.
Wait, are we talking about the right guy?
I think Randy and I.
Yeah, Ed Harris. National Treasure, Book of Secrets.
Oh, Book of Secrets. Got it. Yeah.
Sorry, I guess I should have been specific. The second National
I've only
Treasure.
seen the first National Treasure.
Oh,
the second one was good.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a second one.
I recommend it.
Weren't you the one saying that they couldn't have? They didn't want to choose like a country to be against, and the enemies were just the enemy.
In Top Gun?
Yeah. Or was that like Tanya? She was like,
oh, that may have been Tanya. I know
they didn't want to be politically.
Yeah, they couldn't say who it was.
Anything, so
but that's in the first one too. The first one, it's like this nondescript country that they're going for. They're fighting MiGs, so you know that it's got to be some sort of like Russian or like Russian like equivalent. But I think it's like an undescribed.
Yeah.
And this one, Maverick, it's like North Korea, but it's not really North Korea, right?
But they don't even say the name of the planes. They're just like the whatever 5th generation fighter jets. Or
you're going against 5th gen fighters. Yeah. I mean, it was so cool. I mean, like, yeah.
But that's what
makes you
like. We all know you use F-22s and 35s, whatever they are. But
yeah. That was the. I'll send you this video afterwards, but it's a breakdown of like. You have to use a ragtag team of like pilots, right? Have to go into like a really box canyon to shoot a really small thing at the end.
Okay, I get it.
And they're like, oh, so it's the Death Star trench run, and I was like,
yeah.
And I'll show you the video afterwards. I haven't seen it, so I don't really know, but I was giggling from just what I was seeing. So
no, the sound effects are good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It made a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know what didn't make a ton of money?
Star Wars. I mean,
National Treasure.
I was gonna say Indiana Jones. Did anyone here see it?
Oh, that's right. The new one's out, huh?
It came out.
Hasn't it?
I was surprised that an Indiana Jones movie came out and none of us were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go see that."
I forgot about it.
There was a small inclination to kind of maybe potentially think about seeing it.
I want to see it.
I just didn't.
I have a picture on my phone that is the quintessential internet because it has two. You type in Indiana Jones. I was like, oh, when does it come out? And like, what are some box times? And there's 2 articles right next to each other. And one article is Indiana Jones set to like demolish the box office. Indiana Jones is back. And the article right next to it is Indiana Jones projected for failure, utter box office failure. And I was like, the fact that like the movie isn't out, and this is what I see. It's just everything has to be so polarizing.
Oh, but it was a massive flop, though.
It was, yeah. It ended up being like, yeah. Well, that's the problem. Is like one of the most expensive movies ever made. And the fact that it had like that's the part. Sorry, this is the part where I'm like, I don't understand. Is these movies are like, they're these big blockbusters, but you have to like base off their budget and then how much they're spending on marketing. It's like, if this movie doesn't make $900 million, it won't break even. And I'm like, what? Like what? Like you're saying it needs to like it just absolutely blows my mind.
I haven't go ahead, Dalton.
Yeah.
What happens if a movie doesn't break even, and it just flops and loses money?
Tax write-off.
Well, that's what we're seeing with like some of this Disney stuff. It's like they literally are like, oh, hey, that Willow show that came out, it's gone forever now because they literally pulled it from streaming because they're like, we're just gonna write this off as a loss. And like it
Did they
starts
really?
to
I wanted to watch that.
you
You would have
can't
watched it.
you can't
You would have watched it if you really did. Like, it's terrible. Like,
there's certain
the
things where I'm
first
like,
episode, they were like fucking elves having sex, bro. And I'm like, dude, that can't even. They look like children. Like, to turn it off.
yeah.
Like,
So, like, do
Well,
they
I don't know. I
pay?
can't. You could be lying to me right now, Randy, and I'll
oh
never know.
shit, you guys
I'll
know?
never
Yeah, I
know.
watched like the first 10 minutes. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, it's so dumb.
So,
Yeah.
so like the budget for a movie, does that include like paying actors and shit too,
Fuck yeah.
or is that dependent on if the movie makes money?
The back end stuff.
Do you get it? Does that make sense? Is that a weird question?
Yeah. No. So I mean, all that stuff's upfront costs, right? There's the upfront cost of making it. So actually, just making it costs money, right? So
Okay.
you pay the actors to do what they need to do. Now, some of those actors have points on the back end, so it's like, hey, if this movie does really well, you make more money. Like I think,
Right.
the one that's like the most infamous one where it was Matt Damon. Was it Matt Damon? Yeah, I think it was Matt Damon was offered the role in Avatar.
Yeah.
The one that what's the guy in the wheelchair, the marine guy,
yeah.
that the main guy, and he turned it down. And Jake Sully, yeah, and he was offered percentage. So like, hey, like not only be in this movie, you have to commit to it, right? But you'll also get like a percentage of whatever this movie makes. And Avatar went on to make $1 billion kind of thing, and that could have been money straight in his pocket. Yeah.
I feel like
So, okay.
Sorry, I'm going off track.
It's gonna be our
Once
thing. Go ahead.
Once a movie like that
This got me
airs and it's like it's past now, we're at this level.
Mhm.
Seeing somebody else play as a main actor is just weird. Like I couldn't imagine Matt Damon being the actor for it now.
Yeah. I agree. Well, it's weird to think like the what ifs, right? Like Sean Connery was offered the role of Gandalf and like turned it down, right?
No, as much as I love Sean Connery, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't disagree, right? It's some of the stuff is like, you're kind of glad that couldn't happen. What was the other one? Will Smith turned down Neo in The Matrix, and instead went for Wild Wild West, right?
That suits him more.
I guess. I mean, that was a movie that came out. Well, there's some anyway. Yeah. So yeah, sorry, Dalton. I agree with you. It's weird to think about some of these. Oh yeah. Instead of Harrison Ford being Indiana Jones, it was gonna be Tom Selleck.
Who's Tom Selleck?
Thomas. What's the?
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
It's weird. I can't think of anyone besides Harrison Ford, but at the same point, I didn't go see this other movie, so I was kind of like, well,
I'm not sure Harrison Ford would, and I say this lightly, would mean so much for me if it wasn't for Indiana Jones. Like,
you've been vocal about this.
I have said Han Solo is like one of the worst characters in Star Wars, bro. Like,
okay,
say one of the worst.
Yeah, like I mean, he for a guy to just act the way he does, even in Force Awakens, like, dude, what? You're like 6 years old, still trying to.
You're telling me you didn't?
Doing.
Are you telling me you didn't like disheveled-haired Harrison Ford in Rise of Skywalker, where they clearly got him enough money to come back to set, but not enough money to do hair and makeup?
Yeah, dude. Even one of the guys in Rise of Skywalker is like, "You're still doing this bit?" like
yeah, but like early Harrison Ford and Han Solo.
Yeah.
None of this new shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking about movies, though, I was so affronted by the egregious statements that Dalton made last time we recorded about being so tired and bored of movies that you used to love, i.e. Gladiator, that I watched Gladiator yesterday while I was doing some IKEA furniture.
Gladiator like 3 days ago.
Ooh.
And here's the thing, right? If the little boy Lucius, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do the stupid sword fighting thing where he's swinging around the wooden sword and goes, the savior of Rome. The entire movie would have gone completely different, because then the plan wouldn't have been like discovered, and
Right.
Maximus would have gone to his army and then came back and it would have been completely different. So that's me watching it. There I go. Still, I was like, I'm enjoying this. Sorry, Dalton. But I was like,
I
man,
enjoy it.
The stupid kids
Ima-
ruined. That's
Imagine though, if we
Mhm.
had that that movie went that way instead of the way it went.
Mhm.
How epic it would be if, you know, Maximus came
How-
back with this army and
Yeah, but then it would be like every other movie. He
Yeah,
had to die.
that's true. But it would have been like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
aren't they still making a second one?
They are.
Yeah, with Denzel.
Of
I mean, if Denzel's going to be in it, it has to be good.
Denzel.
Yeah, I think Denzel Washington's going to be in it. So here's my thing, because I watched like a handful of movies recently. So I don't know the black guy's name in it who's the hunter. That's like probably the only movie I've seen him in where he like actually looks young. Other than
Young
that
and
guy's
is like
been-
good, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, the guy's
Not
been
about
good
Denzel?
as in like
40,
actor,
30,
but he plays
yeah.
like a good character, yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about Denzel?
No.
No.
The
The not yet. I will see you again.
Oh, that guy.
yeah. But he's like, he was so young in that.
Yeah.
Like he had to be like 25.
They all were. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and
Look at Russell
like, you look at
Crowe.
him, like he just doesn't age.
Yeah.
Or anything. Like you're like,
Yeah, I
bro,
see
I
what
know
you're saying.
you're hella young in this. For now on, bro, you've been like 40 for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean overall, I thought like watching Barbarians and knowing like just the Romania, Germania, or whatever. Yeah, they're eventually just overthrow Rome. I'm like, okay, that'd be cool to see. But like, I was thinking like he's so for Rome, and I was thinking like, you just don't know what's gonna happen, dude. Even if you're here, you're gonna die. Like, or Rome's gonna get overthrown. Like that was weird. How that was my thought process. Like, bro, I know you're fighting for Rome, but man, you get fucked later. Yeah, and I wanted to say after he kills the other guy, or doesn't kill the big guy. Yeah, he swears after the tiger pit. That is where I kind of like, yeah, I can get up and go do something else. Like kind of like where I don't know if that was where Dalton was saying, but that was where I'm like, all right, like while watching the movie, I got up and started doing other stuff. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I love everything all the way up to that, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, to Dalton's point, as much as I was giving him shit for it, it's like I was literally building furniture, so it wasn't like I was sitting down watching it. I had it like in the background, but I was like quoting all the lines as they were happening.
That's the thing. I can still quote
I know,
all
I
of the
know.
lines.
We are to die, or what is it like?
We are about to die.
Like,
Salute you.
Salute. Would that suck? You come out of retirement 5 years, about to get your ass killed, and then he just spares your life.
Here's the part that doesn't make sense about that. Is they say this whole thing about, the only undefeated gladiator, and that other guy literally
He's like walking around,
was given his freedom. So unless he like lost at some point and like didn't die, that doesn't make sense that there's only one gladiator that's ever been.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. It was one of those things in the theater. I was like, wait, what? Okay, well,
because I mean they're both
now.
semi close to the same age.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I watched Fury.
Oh
yeah,
for the first time,
like the third,
100th time.
I forgot how good that movie was.
It's really
so good, dude.
Very good. Like
I saw that movie in theaters, and it was like a trip. It was one of those movies where I'm like, we need to see this in theaters because these tank battles are going to be insane.
I would rent us a theater to go watch it in Roner Park, but it closed down.
I really hope someone buys it out.
I really fucking hope someone buys it, dude. Like I don't
want to go to Santa Rosa or Petaluma to watch a movie.
kind of got bummed out for like 2 or 3 days, especially
Yeah.
driving by and seeing like the big ass Penske truck and putting
Yeah.
in it. I'm like, dude,
So
That's
sad. That
crazy.
thing,
How
it
long is
used to
that?
be
Yeah.
so full. Like especially
They
weekends, you
tried.
couldn't find a spot.
So here's my thought process on it. You have a theater in Petaluma, you have a theater in Santa Rosa, the Roxy, which I don't think will ever go away, just because it's the Roxy and the seats aren't bad. And then you have Airport Boulevard, which is supposed to be the best cinema around. At least for us, they're supposed to have the most comfiest seats. They serve alcohol. So the Roanoke
I think
Park
they had like
Theater,
$3 Wednesday. I don't know if they have any more, but I know they used to have like $3 Wednesdays or something.
Yeah, so Roanoke Park had like an uphill battle. I don't think it was managed right. I'll tell you that right now. You've seen the same fucking old guy or the same fat Dungeons and Dragons guy with a fucking long ass ponytail. Like, dude, I mean, they tried revamping it with some little bit of games, but I'm telling you, they should have put money. They should have done more, I would say, to one, redo the seats. All the seats, like a lot of the seats suck. Like the last theater we sat in, I think was like 12. Dude, like it's like leans forward. I had to like press back. I'm like, it wasn't like so uncomfortable, but it was like, dude, it's noticeably uncomfortable. Like it's not that great.
So wait, what was the last movie you watched there?
The last movie we saw actually
Haunted Mansion.
No, that was on Disney.
That was the last movie we watched.
Oh, gotcha. That's a long time ago. Like fuck, it was that the robot movie where I'm like, I like the world, but the story writing was bad.
Oh,
Yeah. Artificial intelligence movie. You know what sucks is, had I known that place was gonna close, because like the weekend before, I'm like, Connie, let's go see Killers of the Flower Moon. It's like, oh yeah, or do you want to go next weekend? Who would have thought that there was never going to be
another night? Yeah,
like, that was wild. And I was like, dude, I just kind of sat there. I was like, fuck, we could have watched that at least in a good theater.
The theater at my mother-in-law's house in SoCal, they have the best seats I've sat in. Theirs are electric, so like they recline. They got like the trays. Really nice.
Yeah, Petaluma has their D seats, like where they have speakers in them, they vibrate and all that stuff. The only problem is, and I had it when Godzilla, I think last time it was like Godzilla 2014. You show up and then there's like people sitting in my seats. And so it was me and some other friends. I'm like, you're in my seats. And like, and of course you get like some dumb bitch. Like, no, we're not. Like, you're in my fucking seat.
Yeah.
And like,
they literally have things on them.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not skinny at this point. I don't want to say I'm not gonna go get the guy. So then the boyfriend's not saying, and the boyfriend looks up and sees like 4 dudes. He's like, yeah, we're in the wrong seats. I'm like, no, you were trying to fucking steal my seat. He's like, yeah, oh, our seats are right here. I'm like, yeah, they fucking are. Like, but that's the only issue I have is you got to get there on time, make sure people don't sit in there, or else it's gonna be a thing. But
right.
But also their theaters are digital, I think, so they're not using real. I think Roanoke Park Theater was using real. Also, if you guys remember, that Roanoke Park Theater wasn't always Reading Cinema; it was something else.
Yep.
And
I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't it Pacific Theaters?
I think so.
Yeah.
Look at it. Pacific
Theaters.
Fuck. How about we tear down Kohl's in Petaluma and put AMC theaters back? Let's do that. They're a theater place where they have intermission for Titanic. Let's go.
It's crazy to think about how many. I mean, you obviously, Randy, watched way more movies in there than I did. To think, be like, dude, that was the theater that I watched all of the Star Wars prequels, waiting in line to go see. That's where I saw all of Lord of the Rings. That's where I sat and waited all day to see King of the Crystal Skull with Avila, because it was like she's like, I want to go see this. So we waited all day and then saw it. We're like, this was absolutely garbage. I kicked a trash can. You know how there's like those trash cans that are like bolted into the ground there? Like I knew it was gonna move, but I was just so angry. I just did like a side kick on it. And I was mad because the next day I had to go see Indiana Jones again with my family and some family friends. And I was just like, I don't want to. They're like, oh, come on. I was like,
Hey, you
no.
remember when the guy died from ants?
Remember that?
Oh,
Remember
man,
that?
dude.
Remember that part where he's sword fighting on two moving vehicles,
Yeah.
and the enemies don't just do this, and then he'd be like, he'd fall. It's
Like
just
rip
like,
his groin.
yeah, dude. God damn.
And
The movie
could
starts
somehow
off pretty well.
With he could traverse jungle vines like monkeys.
Oh yeah, the Tarzan moment when the look. My dad was like, "What are you talking about?" There's always been this goofiness in all in the Indiana Jones movies. There's always crazy, stupid, like he's like, there's like the mine cart chase, and they're like, there's a kid getting dragged in between it and stuff. I was like, yeah, okay, I guess I get what you're saying. I just hope it wouldn't be this, like, it'd be exciting and not dumb.
Yeah.
And it was just like, because I started rewatching the original three, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I get what he's saying. There's like silly, goofy stuff in there.
They were better.
It was better, yeah, man. I don't know. I just expect more.
Isn't
there supposed to be a game coming out? I thought so, but knowing how the state that Lucas, or something, they previewed, like, it was like some adventure book or whatever it was. It was the hat and his whip and the background noise.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. It's probably the other lady now.
What?
It's probably put a trick in it. You got to see the Pandaverse thing. It's pretty good.
Oh. So I don't know. Back to Indiana Jones. Wasn't the new one? And I think they mentioned it. Wasn't like, did the new Indiana Jones have like a gay female, like his daughters?
Well, can I spoil some stuff?
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it until it's free.
Yeah. So they killed. Remember, he had a son.
Yeah,
and it was Shia LaBeouf, and
Shia LaBeouf.
and it ends with him like picking up the hat, and he goes, "Not near it, no, son." Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dun 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 dun. You're like, oh, all right, cool. Apparently, because this takes place in I think the 60s or whatever. So Mutt, they kill him off screen. He's dead. He dies. He dies in Vietnam. Like
they kill the son.
They kill his son.
Okay, that's great.
And so the lady is like his, like, I don't know what her relationship is to him. I think it's like goddaughter maybe or something like that. But she is like the empowered lady who basically
So you watched it?
No.
Oh, you just read it.
It's just you see enough stuff about it. It's like, okay, I think I understand what's going on here. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if she's the new Indiana Jones now. If that was what they were trying to set up.
Probably.
I'll take one for the team and watch it for us.
So I just looked it up. It was $300 million to make.
Yep.
Domestically, it made $60 million, which is like,
yep.
Ouch.
So hold on. 300 to make. So anytime you have a movie that has like 300 million, right? If that's just its production cost, you have to add at least another amount for marketing.
Oh, they're probably not even adding that just to save face.
That's what I'm saying. So that 300, whatever it was, they probably spent $500 million on this movie.
Yeah.
Between making it and then marketing it.
So then
they made how much?
So worldwide, 375 million.
Oh, okay. So they're saying, oh, it broke even. It didn't, but yeah.
No, they still said they still said Disney took $100 million loss on it.
Oof.
And Harrison Ford got paid $25 million.
Yep. Dude, he doesn't care. Yeah, he might care. He might care. That's the thing.
Like, I just don't get it. Like they said, they took like 3 years to do animated young Indiana Jones. So like for 3 years, you guys were making a failure. You didn't know it, or you probably knew it, and you're like, "Well, I'm getting paid. I'll just drag this out."
Yeah,
it'll do fine.
It's the weird thing where it's like, sorry, this is like making me think about so much stuff.
No, you're fine.
It's like the last time you're in that movie theater, it's like you think of how much history there, and it's just like, oh man, if only I had known They weren't doing more. You could have at least like gone for one last movie, like actually walked around and like played one of the like the Star Wars arcade game one more time, right? Yeah, if only you know. It's just so weird though that like especially as some of these actors are getting older, it's like Harrison Ford did that Indiana Jones, right? And he doesn't really do movies. He just doesn't need to, right? So like they paid him enough to like do that. And then like if he doesn't do another movie, his last movie that he's gonna do is an Indiana Jones movie that kind of flopped, which is like a weird thing to like
But
be like that's your end note. It's like with Sean
do you
Connery.
think
Go ahead.
do you think at this stage he could actually do something that would be
Dude, he's probably
good?
only in it like 30% of the time. Everything else is probably CGI'd him and his voiceover.
Like, what was the last thing he did
Before that, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I think the last thing was probably.
He was on this show on Apple TV.
Oh
yeah.
no, he's doing fucking Yellowstone now. He's doing a Yellowstone prequel. Why does everybody fucking suck the dick of Yellowstone? What is up with that? Like, I have no idea.
Have you watched it?
No.
Yeah, I guess.
Have you watched it?
No, but
I mean, I'm assuming it's really good because everybody talks about it, but I really can't take that pain right now.
So Shrinking was that show. Have you seen it, Bert?
No, I heard really good things though. That was him and Jason Segel, right?
Yeah, it was actually really good. I liked it. And he was good in that. So it was Shrinking and then Indiana Jones. And then before that's 1923, which he's still in, so.
Yeah, Yellowstone. With Helen Mirren. And fucking oh my god, I forgot the name.
It's getting a lot of rep. I don't know if I want to jump into the hype.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think it's Midtown America where everything's like you don't need a non-diverse cast. It's just like, all right. So like I think it's like really Midtown. But then again, this black guy on my baseball team was my favorite show. Like, what? But then I'm not sure if Yellowstone is based in like our time.
No, it's like cowboy stuff.
But here's the thing: there was explosions and shit.
Well, like, they still had dynamite.
I almost feel like, but I feel like Yellowstone is based in like almost modern time, right?
Not the 1923. Yeah.
So he's in 1923. I don't think he's in Yellowstone.
But I think 1923 is based in modern time. It's like modern era cowboys or something like that. And you have Kevin Costner, who's I think was tired of the show and killed himself off at the end of season 5. What I read. Like, I'm over this. I want to bail while it's still good.
Yep.
Dare I say, I might start watching Supernatural because there's fucking 18 seasons of it. They're hour-long shows, and it might just be mind-numbing noise. Because like I watched all of like X-Files like 2 times over now.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually like the first fucking 4 seasons are really good. And then it's just not.
So that's what you're trying to find. Trying to find an hour-long thing.
I'm trying to find something that has multiple seasons that extends beyond 2 seasons.
Have you watched? But you don't like historical stuff.
Depends on the historical stuff.
Have you watched
on the age of the historical stuff.
The Tudors?
I've been watching Vice Principals.
I don't. That's like the completely opposite thing of what I just said.
That's the Tudors. What is the Tudors, Bert?
It's no. What are the Vice Principals, Randy?
It's on HBO. I just started watching it. It's on HBO. It's Danny McBride.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
There's only 2 seasons though, but I keep seeing all the little snippets on like Instagram, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'll give it a try. It's pretty fucking funny. It's pretty good.
So there is currently, sorry to circle back to Yellowstone. There's currently 2 prequels. One called 1883. One called 1923.
Oh yeah, and one has Tim McGraw, his wife, and his fucking daughter starring it.
There's 3 more planned prequels.
What is the show about?
So there's one called 6666. And there's another one, 1944. And then this one maybe a sequel, but it's 2024.
Nice. I want one that's 30-34.
But how many episodes or first season since you got it up?
Definitely lost me. What?
How many episodes are per season because you have it up?
Let's see. 1883 has 10 episodes.
Lame.
Doesn't look like there's more than that.
So that's
1923
my
has
thing.
8 episodes, one season.
Because when do
The
we
other
start
one-
going to 8-episode, 10-episode seasons? I need like 18, 20, 22.
Shit starts costing so much.
Yeah.
It does, but man, give me some filler episodes of bullshit.
Mm.
Like, I'll use ABC. ABC has their whatchamacallit, their wall in Hollywood of the greatest shows.
Mm.
You got to get on that plaque. It's like a plaque, like next to X-Files, you know, like the greatest shows that they've ever had. And these shows go the distance. They have like over 100 episodes, you know, of like awesomeness. The reason I know this because I watch Modern Family like no other.
Yeah,
30 episodes, 30, like 20 episodes a season, 13 seasons. Like, bro, I need something that's mind numbing. Just watch this.
Yellowstone is meant to take place in the year each season released. So 2018, 19, 20, etc.
Yeah, okay. So Randy's right. It's modern or it's contemporary.
Yeah.
Since you guys like war shows, there's a new show in January that I've been waiting on, Masters of the Air. And it's made by Tom Hanks, and I think we talked about it.
No, I don't think you have, but of course it's an airplane thing, so keep going.
Well, no, but it's by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, the ones that did Pacific and Band of Brothers.
Oh, nice. So it's HBO?
Yeah.
And Catch Me If You Can.
No, it's Apple,
That's for
actually.
Apple. Gross.
It looks
the
really good.
reason I'm considering having
And of
Tanya
course it's
activate
airplane
Apple
things.
is
Apple's got some good shit.
Well, they're supposed to have like the best sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you
what,
have
they
Apple
a show
TV?
that's supposed to be like modern day or like modern Star Wars or something. They have a show that's very similar to that.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to just have you say something and just feel like we just ignored it. So I want to finish this, but I got to write down this thing so I don't forget.
Wait, Randy, do you have Apple TV?
No, there was.
I can recommend some shows.
Tanya had a trial and I tried, and then I realized that 80% of Apple TV was like you had to pay for more, which was kind of odd to me.
But they have a lot of good stuff that you don't
Coming
have
out
to.
with Legacy of Monsters or Legacy of Monarch or whatnot, and I love Godzilla stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Napoleon looks good.
Ooh, Napoleon.
Have y'all
Yeah, it's got Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah. So it's either gonna be really, really good or he just really phones it in.
But do they have airplanes in it?
He's probably like, I'm gonna win another Oscar for Joker. I'm over this.
All right, Bert, what were you saying?
Okay. All right. Hear me out on this. Evan texted me this. Evan and I have a thing. Evan, friend of the show, used to be on the zombie apocalypse game that we played. We have a thing where we.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I'm just making noises in the background.
Yeah. And we have a thing where we go watch really bad movies. Sometimes most of the times actually we don't think they're going to be bad. We're actually hoping them to be good, and they're not. It started with us watching Star Wars in the theaters. And then we saw Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, and we were like, man, this looks really cool. Let's go see this. We enjoyed it, but it's a bad movie. Like, it's not really a good movie. But like visually, we're like, oh man, this looks like we were entertained. It entertained us more than any of the Star Wars movies did. And so I was like, bro, dude, did you check this out? Did you guys see the Zack Snyder Netflix sci-fi movie that's coming out?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me either. The fact that this thing is about to come out and I've never heard of it is crazy, but it's literally like a 2-part movie. They're going to like release the first part 1, I think in like sometime between now and the end of the year. And then the second part.
Rebel Moon. No.
Rebel Moon. Yeah, it's like Rebel Moon. You'll watch the trailer, and I don't know how to describe that the trailer. You watch the trailer and then look at the comments, because it literally is like, I don't know how someone could fit every single science fiction trope into one movie, but like they did it.
They got the guy from Gladiator.
Yeah. He's in it. Yeah. That's right. He never ages.
Yeah.
They got a
So
lot of people in here.
go
Charlie, who
watch
knew?
this trailer after this, and it's either going to be something that's like, holy crap, this could be amazing, or holy crap, this is so bad, it's amazing.
All right, I'll watch this trailer. If you watch the Masters of Air trailer,
I will.
if you like war shows, you got to watch it.
I will.
It looks really good.
I will.
It's not just about airplanes.
But
I mean,
there's
it is.
a lot. Yeah.
But no, this looks interesting.
It's worth a watch just because you're like, wait, what? And it just kept going.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. It just kept going.
I feel like I quit acting.
Yeah. Not when Zack Snyder gives you a call.
See, that's my thing. Like, I really enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, really? His cut?
Yeah, watched it numerous times. It was like 4 hours long. I saw like I don't know if this was real or not, but I saw like a small clip. They're like, yeah, before Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 was canceled, he had Superman wearing a fucking armored suit, you know, and it's just like you see this little picture of him, like, holy fuck, that looks so cool. Like, because he's probably got to take on Darkseid. He has to fight Darkseid. Darkseid's base. I don't know what Darkseid is. I don't know. Like, but it's just like Zack Snyder makes quality, and he liked Army of Darkness, didn't you? Yeah, 300.
300 is great. I love 300.
So Zack Snyder, I enjoy some of the Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
So it's like why wouldn't they just give him an opportunity? Like,
yeah,
it's like I don't know what they're gonna do with the whole DC universe. Right now, I'm more prone to watch that garbage than I am anything Marvel.
I kind of just am over both of it. Yeah, sorry, I agree with you. I probably watch a DC thing now at this point over a Marvel thing. The part is, I just don't think I'd watch even a DC thing, like, because they're gonna come out with Aquaman, and then that's like the end.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, but they're gonna come out with this next one, and it's gonna like end the old DCU, right? And then they're rebooting everything and restarting over. So
I just need a second season of Peacemaker, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen, which is ironic because it's
that's
so good. What's I keep saying it's not Tim. James Gunn is in charge of DC now.
Doesn't have time. Why can't he just do it? Just do all the music. Let's take some time and direct it too. And just basically do everything. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Have a Peacemaker only movie.
Well, what would you do? Like, would you redo the show into a movie, or would you just do a whole new?
I just keep doing the fucking show because it looks amazing.
It is good.
I can, yeah. You can just keep redoing that show. Movies takes too much time. There's a lot of. I feel like that's why they put a lot of effort in these limited series, these 8-episode movie shows, 10-episode. Why can't it be like Andor, do 12, keep me going just a little bit longer? And yeah, Andor's 12 episodes. And like every 3 episodes is like a new arc.
Yeah.
Is there another Halo coming out?
Yeah, I got renewed for season 2 after like the first episode.
Who cares? Let me ask you a question.
Care.
Let me ask Randy.
Care.
Let me ask Randy a question. Let's say is there any version of this where they can turn the Halo show around that would make you feel like, oh yeah, I'm really into this, despite the first season? Or is the first season so far from Halo that if they start, let's say they go into season 2 and they go, and it just feels exactly like you would imagine a Halo show to be, does the first season taint it, or you just ignore it and move forward?
If there was, I'm trying to think of, so how they could, I'm going to watch it regardless. It might not just be like when it comes out, but I will watch it eventually. But I would say the redemption in my eyes is you cut the romance, like, cool, we got Master Chief laid, we got that out of the way. great.
He's got his dick wet.
Guess.
Got
Everything's
his dick
good.
wet, and he got emotional about it. And the girl
Kept
got
taking off his
$90.
helmet, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh. And did she put on the helmet?
You gotta get the die deck. If there was just a lot more action.
I need a condom.
Yeah, right. What's a condom? Hey, if there's just more action and not like stupid shit, like the most Halo guy there was the that Jack the Black Spartan guy. He was like, "We're here to do a mission. That's all we're doing is our mission. The mission is the mission." Whereas the other girl like peeled out her fucking chip and started dyeing her hair pink with grease somehow. But that other guy, because he was like the sniper. Yeah, like that guy was like the most Halo guy there was. I'm like, yeah, this guy's pretty cool. I can get behind him. It's just great. And then I believe his name is Soren. The other black guy, I hate saying that, but yeah, with like the fucked up hand. Like those two guys, I'm like, all right, they'll keep me watching to an extent because this guy's really all about his money, and yeah, because he can shoot and kill people, and he technically almost was a Spartan. But if Master Chief comes back and starts being a little bitch and like, this is where I lived, like this is my house, I remember now, all this stuff, like, okay, cool, I guess. Like it's just tone that shit down. Let's go to Master Chief being more robotic and less personal. I think you could like bring my attention back, but he needs to get to that robotic mode. Like, dude, we were 6 games in before we started showing emotion, and yeah, that's just all I want. And let's not have 2008 Suburbans in the fucking background.
How much to ask?
Too much to ask.
We can have 2008 Suburbans and very clearly AK-47s.
Yeah, and then and the girl, like, I don't know about the whole mystic stuff. Like, I don't know if that was part of the books or whatever, but I was not for that either. There was just too much going on there. Yeah, they were like she's like needs to go find herself. I'm like, dude, why are we paying attention to this fucking minority or this minor? Like, this is
it's Halo. All we want.
She was the only one that
shooting
got, like,
of
high
aliens
off the shit and survived in the beginning.
I wouldn't mind there actually being like politics and things, because it's like there's some stuff in the UNSC that is like really fucked up, and it'd be kind of cool to explore that, but they handle it in this like very like mustache twirly ways.
I want to get emotional, like, and see Sergeant Johnson die. Yeah. I went back and watched that scene
with a bang.
I know, like fucking Halo 3. Look at that graphics. It was the best thing I've ever seen in my life at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
We're gonna go out with a bang.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
And then they call the elites aren't even called elites. They're called the zealots or the something else. Like, just
I don't know. I kind of purged my brain of that entire show.
It could be better.
It could be way better. They sigh.
Could it be better?
Halo co-op. Triple.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun. We need
was it good?
Dude, it's actually really fun. All 3 of us could just jump in there and get in a Warthog and deal with like really, really weird lag and rubber banding. But besides that,
I honestly don't think we were gonna beat that fucking.
We're gonna beat that guy.
Like,
I just don't have the right weapons.
The save. Here's the problem. The save point has happened, and we're running out of fusion cores. Fusion cores are how you beat him.
Yeah.
I
figured, anyways. Yeah. Well, if Dalton wants to join us, we could go back to the front of the tower.
I'm gonna watch a movie with Sarah.
Why?
We're gonna watch Halo.
All right. JARdon the
Yo,
mess.
which one? The one where
I'm
there's
kidding.
like,
We're not watching Halo.
there's those black spiky monster things.
God, remember the Halo that Bert sent us?
Yeah, no, it was garbage. Like I thought I threw that DVD away, but it like keeps reemerging in places. Like,
I think we
I
should
was like,
start that again.
oh, it's
That was
Halo
pretty funny.
Nightfall. I
Yeah,
think.
Nightfall. Yeah.
God, that was bad.
Forward Unto Dawn is great.
Forward Unto Dawn was very good. Like it really set up the Halo 4.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if they had made the movie, the show, like that, I would have been like, oh wow, like this is really cool. There isn't a lot of fighting. There isn't a lot of stuff to the very end, and it's like it feels very real, right? You're like, oh shit. One elite just starts stabbing people. You're like, this is scary. It's like horror almost because he's just like an invisible guy going through like these corridors.
Yeah, I mean,
Or Master Chief
it was so cheesy good.
Yeah.
It was great. And then he's just like, okay, we know Halo's Master Chief's supposed to be like a badass, but like you guys are really just.
Well, then they have like you have this entire movie where what is it, Lackey? No, Lansky,
yeah, Lance,
right? And then he's in Halo 5, and I'm like, oh, cool. Hey, look, there he is. This is great. And then Halo 6 is like, yeah, all that stuff's dead or gone or blown up or something. I guess maybe he escaped, but it's like, dude, I still can't believe that's how they start the 6. But just like, hey, remember that cool ship and all that stuff that you did and all those Spartans?
In the like Halo 5. I feel like you did.
Yeah, that's exactly what they felt like they Ryan Johnson did. And they were like, oh, hey, all that stuff you set up, I don't care.
Yeah.
They were going to throw the lightsaber away.
Like, Halsey? Okay. Or like, yeah, like what the hell? Yeah. I know we talked about it briefly, but like, dude, what the fuck? I thought there was literally gonna be like some massive DLC or some other game that was supposed to be like the second part of Halo 5 because we're just getting started. Halsey's there without her fucking arm. And all of a sudden, like, I'm like, yeah, Halo 6 is good once you get to the open world.
Once you get to yeah.
The first part of it's kind of like, man, it's repetitive. Not like repetitive to the point, but I just want to do other things.
I just want to roll around and unlock bases and kill dudes and fly around.
All your bases belong to me.
You know, it was something funny. I was playing PUBG, obviously, and whenever it was, I was in the squad. Like we were just in a lobby, and I could just hear this guy, this young guy. He's like, hey dude. I'm like, oh. And like, I guess I left my thing on so he could hear me like breathe or something. I'm like, yeah. Like, what's up? I was like, oh, look at my hair, bro. It's the same. I'm like, that's cool, dude. And his buddy like lagged out of the game, like in the lobby. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm like, no, just wait, dude, just wait. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dude, this guy lagged out of the lobby. He's probably gonna lag out of the fucking game in the middle of a battle. Like, yep. I'm gonna go, so I just leave. Dude, like a second later, I actually got like a friend, of course. Hey man, he can play. I'm like, dude, fuck off! Like, I can't get away from you fast enough.
Yeah. Respect the internet and don't just. And
dude, this other guy was kind of talking like he was hot shit in the game the other day. Very vocal about everything. Oh, if you see him, mark him, dude. Dude fucking lags out. And then we jump in a car, we dip, and he's like, I can see he's back in. He's actually playing. Doesn't say a word. I'm like, yeah, dude, because it's embarrassing. Your internet sucks. Like, shut the fuck up and let me play, dude.
Amazing.
Oh, you want to be my friend,
dude? You know what's funny? I add people send friend invites and all this shit, and I never play with them ever again. I accept everyone, but I don't want to be that guy to send the invite.
I'm really weird. Like I want to be one of those people that are like vocal on the games and stuff, but then when it comes down to crunch time, I'm like, I don't want to talk to any of you.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, ever since that one guy came and just shot me, came like, because I'm like, I'm just gonna mute you. Came like went out of his way to kill me. I literally will just leave a match if there's just too much talking in the lobby. Yep. Like before we would start, I'm just gonna leave. Like, you know what? I don't need this. It could be like one of the greatest matches. Like usually the matches where we go chicken dinner or get very close is where maybe a guy is talking calmly or nobody's talking at all. And then all of a sudden, something happens. I'll turn on my mic. Hey, let's go here. Then all of a sudden, like, yeah, dude, I got you. Like, oh. Then this other guy jumps in. It's like nobody wants to like break the ice until something
Yeah.
actually happens. Other than that, dude, I don't even talk to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Yep.
Oh, God. I wish you guys played PUBG. It's.
I wish you played Hell Let Loose.
I mean, much well played World War Z.
I wish we all played Age of Empires too.
Wish we all played something.
I mean,
there's lots to play.
You're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go play some Magic.
Are you really? Do we still need to do that? We need to do a lot of things.
Yeah. Countdown. It's already November.
Time.
It's gonna be Christmas here anytime soon. I gotta finich my kill team so I can fight you guys.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring your Lord of the Rings miniatures?
I can.
It's up to you.
I don't know
I
how
still
to
have to
play.
finish my other half. Yeah. And we just stick it to Magic and Kill Team. Or whatever else, Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna be lazy
Cards.
and buy a spray paint gun and just spray
Do it.
everything one or two colors. And like,
Honestly, all you have to do is just prime your guys. Just prime them.
yeah,
Just prime
like,
them.
I just look at them. I got the paint. I got the nice little set of brushes with Dalton. I'm like, fuck, I'm just so lazy.
You know what you could even do is they call it the Zinfandel method. So you paint them all black, right? And then just take a white primer or paint, whatever, and just lightly spray from the top so it sprays down so it looks like a shadow. And then it's got some texture.
I don't
and
know these techniques yet.
I just told you, all black, and then from the above or a little slight angle, all white, and then
I gotta look. I gotta look at it. I think the color that I wanted the guys to be was like more like a dark forest green, or like I gotta check. They're
you could do that. Probably do that with any color, just straight black at first, and then just at an angle above, just spray it with whatever you want.
Yeah,
I think it'll look all right.
Yeah, I just gotta get inside a closed room and just listen to music and huff out. All right, well, fun. Maybe next time we'll record, we'll play. I gotta remember.
Yeah,
Tell me
I'll
you're
work on
working
some
on stuff.
game. I know. I'm that guy.
You know, just quickly, I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll start playing up here with my remote, and I'll start playing a PUBG. I'll record it, and I was thinking, like, wait, my remote's plug-in. I don't know if I can plug it in.
The computer?
Here. Yeah, because I do a cast projection from my Xbox up here. So
So are you on the? I don't know if it's Tanya's computer or your guys' computer or whatever, but the new one.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
Are you on it?
Well, the thing is, but I don't because before I was just using my Bluetooth controller.
Yeah,
but
no, you can plug. You just USB. You plug it into a USB and it'll register it.
I wonder. I gotta try it because
It'll work.
the seat is way more comfortable.
Yeah. To be clear, the Xbox controllers work on PCs.
No, yeah. No, I know it does. What I'm saying is because it's like I'm projecting my phone to the TV. I'm not actually playing on the computer.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's my only concern.
Do you how do I ask this?
I use a pro remote, that's why.
Do you know what graphics card you guys have? Is it NVIDIA? Do you know?
I mean, this thing is open. It's
do me a favor, right click on the desktop somewhere.
GeForce RTX.
Yeah, okay. So do you guys search on the search bar NVIDIA NVIDIA and experience?
NVIDIA
or no GeForce experience. Type in GeForce experience.
It came up GeForce app.
Okay, so if you have GeForce experience, when you play a game, it should automatically be good to go. You just hit Alt F9 and it'll record your screen, and then Alt F9 to stop it, and then you can record while you're playing, and it'll get your audio from your voice and the desktop, and then you can plug that in wherever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but because if I play off Steam PUBG, I'll see him up here. Then I'm playing against guys on computer with fucking mouse and keyboard. They'll fucking own me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Just learn to play with keyboard.
That's crazy talk.
That's
So easy.
All right.
gents.
It's about that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
JARdon Myth.
JARdon, the
JARdon.
freaking mess.